Hello and welcome. My name is Lynda Phippen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. I've been under the weather for a couple of weeks, so I'm excited to be back. I have some great ideas for you and I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. The set we're going to use today is called Cottage Rose, and it is pretty, very pretty. And beautiful sentiments. You are positively the greatest. Friends forever. Feel better soon. Happy birthday. Very, very nice. So the card, I cut 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4.25 with smoky slate. And the first thing I did was, this is part of the die set, and I just put this through the embossing cut machine, and that's what it looks like, which, let me just show you, very interesting. Well, I looked in the catalog and I saw there was a background. So there is a DSP that you can line up and make a layer. So that's what I did. And you can also, of course, use this die to cut out the actual flowers, which I've done as well. So then you can layer them on the inside. So I am not always the greatest at, when you're lining things up, to get them exactly the way they need to be. So the DSP is quite thin, so I just cut them both after I layered them so that they would line up perfectly. Now, we don't have to tell people how we got it perfect. They'll just think that we're just amazing, which we are. So that is perfect. Now, you know, I've glued it already, and even if it doesn't line up, because you definitely want it to line up on the good side. So that's how I did that. And then the rest is just a matter of layering. So I'll just show you how I put that together. And our first layer, it's just very interesting design, isn't it? I just really fell in love with it. I put Friends Forever, and I just have it all ready to go. And this is also cut with the stitch dies. Friends Forever, with a little dimension there. Now, there is these delicate edged dies, and this is the one that I used, and doesn't that come out pretty? There's also this die, which looks really nice, and I will use that in another card. And then there's one that you can actually layer on the bottom of a card. So all very pretty, lots of potential there. But today we are just going to use this delicate little gray. I thought it just kind of finished off the edges. You don't need to put this on, but you know, you start your cards, and sometimes you just feel it needs one more little piece. Oh, I just got a little piece that didn't come out there. There we go. And we'll just put a little bit of glue on that and put it on the other side. That just adds a little bit of a, I don't know, I really liked it very much. And then, of course, we always have to finish it off with some little bit of sparkle. And these are iridescent rhinestones. So I put a nice big one up here. I need some more glue on that. And then you can put one here. And maybe one down a little bit. Now on the inside, I just used some more DSP with some white so you could do your message. And the pieces that I cut out, I used on the flower. So that is a very nice card. And I like the way it came together. So that's card number 1. And this is card number 2. And it doesn't really show the gold, but it does have a gold outline on it. And I'm going to show you, this is what happens when you open it, and you can see the die cut out from the inside as well. So that's what this looks like. It's this die, and I just put it through the embossing machine. I put one this way, and then I flipped it over and did it that way. So it just adds a little interest in texture to the card itself. And we'll just straighten that out a little bit. So there's also 2 other different dies that come with this, and I think definitely going to be using those in future cards. And those are called artesian addition dies. So very pretty, very pretty. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping in this card. And I have the inside of the card and the outside of the card. So we'll just get that done. I'll bring that up a little bit. And I'm using Early Expresso, which is the color of the card base as well. So for the front of the card, which is the smaller piece, I stamped the big rose in the center. And we'll just give it a second there. The detail on this is so pretty, so pretty. And then I'm taking the smaller and just doing some corner pieces. And just a little one on this side. So that's the outside of the card. And then on the inside of the card, I just simply did some leaves on one side. Whoops, sorry about that. Some leaves, and I use the big stamp again, but not all of the flowers. So just, again, just on the corner. And that is all we need to do for stamping. So it's pretty quick. Just get this out of the way. Now, I have gold foil, and I used this die to cut out a rose, which is always surprising. You have everything, and we don't seem to have it handy, but I will find it. Okay, so that way you are not wasting your gold foil, and you just put the base on it, and it will cover up the hole in it. I'll always pick one that's empty. A second, here we go. I just try to avoid putting glue on the rose that you pulled out. Here it is. I knew I had it. So isn't that delicate and dainty? Okay, so then I just put this on here. So we do lose some of the design, but that's okay. It still has the interest there. Okay, now on the inside, we will put our other inside piece here to write a little message. Okay. The sentiment is going to be happy birthday, and I found some gold twine, and we'll just wrap it around. I think 3 times is good. I'm going to use a glue dot because I want to get a good hold on it. So we'll put that and our gold pieces on there. And our dimensions. For our happy birthday sentiment. And don't forget to use all of your dimensions because nobody sees them anyway, and it just makes sense. So, happy birthday on there. And then I'm going to use my sticky specs for the flower. It's just a two-sided sheet of little glue dots, and I love them. So again, just add a little more gold on it. And I did use Wink Stella for the inside of just a little bit. And then I used some gilded gems, which I just had in my hand. How can that happen? Anyway, the gilded gems go in the center of the flowers. And that is our second card. So I really like the way that turned out. And it would look even nicer if I had gems, which I just had in my hand. Anyway, that's the card. So I hope you like that one. And I will be right back. I just want to show you a bonus card and how quick and easy this came together, and a few other little tricks along the way. So I've already gone ahead and embossed this on white, and I just used our chalk marker and colored it in. So it's really quite simple to do that. So I like the way that it turned out. And then I used one of our punches that's brand new, and it is really fun. and I like the way that the corners turn out. So that's what I used for that. And then there's a corner that we'll just cut off to make a tag, and then a little hole that you can use for ribbon as well. So I really like that. And the other thing that I thought was really neat is Pearlized enamel effects. And these ones here are black, but it really comes out a very dark gray. And you just squeeze them, and you can make them as large as you want or as small. But you do have to let them dry, and I suggest overnight. And there is white ones. So let me just show you some white ones that you can do. And then, of course, for Christmas, there are red ones. So I'm quite excited to use these colors as well, and hopefully more to come. So can you see how awesome that will be on our Christmas cards? Anyway, that is it for me. I did want to share this card because I was just playing around and it turned out so nice. So I thought I'd just share it with you. And then on the inside, just some black and white flowers. So do have a great week, and thank you for dropping by. Thank you for your kind comments and your subscriptions. And I will see you next week with some other great ideas. And thank you again for dropping by. Have a great week. Bye for now.